Hello, everyone, and welcome to 2024. Got some breaking news already, and the year just started, so let's get started here. So, what's going on here? The BRICS nations, as we said in 2023, was getting 5 new members, and these members are Egypt, Iran, Saudi Arabia, UAE, and Ethiopia. Now, if you look at these nations, it's a pretty good selection. Now, why is this a real problem to the G7 nations? Well, I'll tell you. In 1995, the G7 had 44% of the total global superpower, if you want to call it. Now, since then, last year in 2023, they had only 29.8%. And the BRICS nations had 32.1%. So you see, they're nipping at their heels, and now they're finally surpassing them. This not including these new nations either. That's only 2023. So, with these new nations, they will hold about half. It's actually 48% of the world's oil production and natural gas production. And they'll have 15% of the lithium mines that's in Ethiopia alone. Now, what else does it have? Well, China has lithium mines as well. Russia has lithium mines as well, and newly discovered ones that they're still working on. But that's not all. See, the G7 is not happy because they want to change the financial structure of the world. In other words, their goal is, like they've said before, we're tired of the US dollar, we're sick of it, and we want our own deal. So, with their growing selection of countries that are oil produced, natural that are oil produced, that are rich in natural resources, they'll have a large pool to choose who is going to be in their club and who ain't. Now, the financial sector of the world, as we know, is not in great shape. But with the BRICS nations trading in local currencies only, it's going to be a rockier road from then on. Because as in 2023, India was doing a deal with Russia to buy up oil. Okay? They're trading in their own currency, and that's it. Well, after India got the oil, they were trading to the U.S., and they were saying, look, we're going to sell you this oil. Well, the U.S. says, well, okay, but you got to use our dollars. Okay, fine. But they were making a profit on that oil. India was getting their oil at a discount because they were not only a BRICS member, but they were trading in local currency. So even if the U.S. dollar survives and everything, you're still going to be paying another country and that country is going to be making more of a profit because they're getting this discount and you're not. Now, to put this in another way, the BRICS nations have said that they want to totally have their own IMF. They want to have their own World Bank. They want to have their own Swiss bank. And they want to get rid of those entities that they feel that are hampering their countries to becoming global superpowers. Now, everyone laughs at these countries because if you look at them, they're all small little countries, but you gotta remember, it doesn't matter how small the country is. If you're combining your country to another country, then their economic superpower becomes your economic superpower. You both can lean on each other, and then you can become greater and bigger and better. And then before you know it, countries like the G7 are going to have a serious problem because they're going to say, hey, those guys are big now. They can challenge us. And how they're challenging them is this. Russia has set the tone in their country by saying this year, 2024, is going to be family values credits. So if you have a family in Russia, like in the US we used to call them nuclear families, if you have that type of family, then you are going to get credit. But in Russia, if you have a LGBTQ family, you are not going to get that credit. And the BRICS nations are promoting this within their countries. They're saying more traditional values and less of this LGBTQ stuff. So you're going to see a big pushback when people in the United States, people in the UK, people in France, people in Germany, of that sector of population, I'll put it like that, go to those countries and they either get denied resources in those countries or they are picked on or basically told you're not welcome, you're not allowed in our country. You're going to see those parallel countries. You're going to have, just like in the Cold War, the East versus the West. And you're going to have more and more divide and infrastructure, trade, all that getting harder and harder to do. Now, I'll give you a good example here. China, since 2016, was working on a project, and their scientists finally got it figured out last year, and it was to take coal and turn it into methane. Now, why do they want to do that? Because countries like Russia, countries like China, countries like India, and other countries that they're going to be teaming up with, because keep in mind there's 40 other countries within the span of 2025 to 2028 are going to be joining the BRICS nations. And whatever resources they are, they can say, hey, let's come together, let's work on this. Once they work on something like their project they have now, that turning coal into ethanol, hey, that's just more money in their pockets and less money in your G7 pockets. So, this is going to be more of a rockier slope for the US dollar, and the G7 nations. Um, that's all I have for this subject. If you guys like this content, please give a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. See you later. Bye.